What is going on with the Playboy? What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? I just wanted to come on for a few minutes. I have limited time because, well, I'm pretty much busy all the time. And I wanted to kind of directly speak to people who reach out to me through my contact form on Delete Lawz, or who send me a email on through multiple different emails, or if you reach out to me on Facebook. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a 5 by 5 if you can hear me okay. So good to see everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Good. I know I'm always on borrowed time. I'm always on, you know, look, there's every day when I wake up, I think to myself, if today was the last day, what would I want to make sure that I accomplish? And so every single day when I wake up, I think to myself how I can affect the world in the best way to cause change. And that's every single morning. When my feet touch the ground, I'm thinking of myself, how do I create the change that has to happen? And I realize that every single day could be your last. And so I'll throw my glasses on for a second, say hello to a couple people, and then I will finish the message, and then I'll get the flock out of here because I have family who's waiting to see me, but I know that I haven't been live, and I'm starting to get some emails from people asking me if I'm okay, and so I just wanted to pop on and say, yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing good. I'm trucking right along. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. Can you guys type in there and do me a favor? Just write in the comment section real quick for me where you guys are watching from. Where you guys watching from? Just write in the comment section. Gloria is here. American is here. How are you, Mike? Mike with National Radio. What's going on, my friend? Teresa, how are you? Good to see you. Mushroom, how's everybody? Good to see everybody. Beavis, what's going on? Dennis 7 Zip, what's going on? KT, Cynthia, how are you? Iron Man, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Mr. Jersey, what's going on? Corruption Detector, EVP Hunter, what's going on, everybody? There's of course Delete Lawz Reloaded is in here. So I have a big announcement coming up. I'm just not going to do it right now because we're going to talk about that on Monday. But next weekend should be super fun. We're doing some pretty cool things. I'm looking forward to that. Pablo, what is going on? American Patriot, Louisiana, Jason Reed, good to see you guys. Everybody, do me a favor, hit the like button. Just take your finger, and then it's right down there. It usually has a thumb that looks like this, and just hit the like button. Just give it a if you hit the like button, just hit the like button. If you're watching on your Apple iPhone, you have to close the live chat and then you hit the like button. So I just wanted to come on. I really have such limited time. I mean, I have such limited time. And so I want to express with you how grateful I am. There's been people who have been along the ride for the SWE Observer. I saw you pop in there. Someone give an update on Brooklyn audits. I haven't heard from the man. I've reached out to his team or his people through email. I still have not heard from Brooklyn audits. I hope he's okay. He doesn't have to call me. He doesn't have to reach out to me or anything. I would love to know if he's okay, what happened with him, if he's facing charges, what the exact process he has or thinks he's going to do for being arrested in the police substation in Brooklyn, when the fact is, I believe it was 721B or 821B is the ordinance there in New York City, which is the right to record police. That right to record police would not end at the police station doors. That is when the most police are in their official capacity at one time. So as you know, the definition of statism is a centralized governance power that becomes authoritarian and despotistic. So I don't know what's going on with Brooklyn audits, and I just like to know. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is. I can't see anything. I'm so sorry, you guys. I wish I wasn't blind as a bat, but I halfway am. I halfway am. Oh, Aaron, listen, just so you know, I was doing jujitsu for the past month. Aaron Queen asked if I would join in his jujitsu. I was doing jujitsu for the past month with some friends in Los Angeles, and I torqued my ribs. And I'm just getting to the point right now where I still feel it. I still feel it. There was about 4 days where I couldn't sneeze. I could not. I would try to get a sneeze. A sneeze would snort. A snort would sneeze. A sneeze would snort, snort and sneezing, sneezing, snorting. I would try to get the air would start to accumulate for a sneeze to interrupt within my diaphragm, and my diaphragm, as soon as it got to a point of full inhalation, it would shut down the sneeze because I torqued my cartilage in my ribs so badly. It still hurts. I still can't get a full breath of air into my lungs. Anyway, I just wanted to see if anybody had any questions. I said this was going to be a live chat because a lot of people were sending me emails and asked me if I was okay because I hadn't been live for a while, and so I just wanted to come on. DLZ Clips Reloaded. I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but my previous Delete Lawz Clips backup channel was taken down by YouTube. I don't know why, so I have appealed that. However, so we're going to launch a new channel next weekend, and as you guys know, Colin is over there. He's the Delete Lawz Clips editor, and he's over there doing what he does on Delete Lawz Clips, cutting those clips up. And the last channel went super viral. So I have the feeling that we're going to do a weekend long premiere where we premiere all of the clips we had on the previous channel, and we're gonna load them one after the next, after the next, after the next for an entire weekend, because I have so much footage that I have OCD. When I see cherries and berries, I have to pull over and film those coppers. When I see coppers interacting with free citizens of the United States of America, I have to pull over and film those coppers. And so I have so much footage. What is going on with the Playboys? What is going on out there? So I have a couple of clips I want to show, but the thing is I really have to I'm going to, how long are we on? 7 minutes. So I'm going to stay on for like 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm going to get the flock out of here. There's, of course, I want to show this video. I just, YouTube had my channel shadow banned for so long, and now we're finally growing again. But if you guys want to see a video that I saw that has me all messed up, welcome to another demonetized YouTube presentation. Unfortunately, I saw this video and I can't unsee it, and I've been thinking about it and thinking about it, and I wanted to show okay, fudge it. YouTube, you don't want me to show the body cam footage? You don't want me to show it? You want me to show it, YouTube? I'm showing it anyway. You're going to demonetize my video because I show what the police in America actually do to us? You're going to demonetize my video. I'm a journalist. This is how I make a living, but you're going to demonetize my video because I show the body cam footage of what the police in America do to people in this country. Fine. Demonetize my video. I'm showing it. I saw this video the other day, and it has me, I'm not shook because I've seen so many, but you know, there was a moment there where I was just like so angry from watching this, and I was not going to show it because I have to try to stay focused. But you guys have to see it. You're not going to believe what you see. It's well, you know what? What do we see on this? What do we see time and time again? That we're almost never shocked with how absolutely crappy the police are in this country. It's unbelievable. And people will say more training or more this, and I'm like, no. So, okay. So, sorry, Colin. we're trying to save up some whatever. I got the video queued up here, so let's watch it because I want you guys to see it anyway. I think it's important that people see this video. I was trying not to show it, but the problem is for me is, as you guys know, I care too much. And if they're going to demonetize the video, you know what? Maybe I can cut it at the right time. I don't know. I don't care. I want you guys to see this. So let me give you what you're going to see here. So a guy goes to a school to go pick up his little brother with his mom and the stepdad or the boyfriend. It might not be a stepdad. And so he goes to pick him up. And the older brother, who's in his 20s or so, when he goes back to the car, when he goes back to the vehicle that his mom is sitting in, waiting in the Lexus to pick up the son from the middle school, there's more than one white Lexus. So apparently the guy went to the wrong white Lexus and opened up the back door and got in. And the lady in that Lexus went, who the hell are you? And she called the police and he said, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong car. He got out of the car, went back to his mother's Lexus and just hopped in the back seat. I'm sure he told his mom, oh my God, I just jumped in the wrong car. And the lady freaked out. But they were literally sitting in front of the middle school. So, you know, when you go to a middle school, you're sitting in front of the middle school. There's a whole line of cars. He got out to look for his little brother. He couldn't find his little brother. So then he went back to go get into the white Lexus. And there was a bunch of them apparently. And he got in the wrong one. And so the Karen in that Lexus called the cops on him. Now, you think from here that when the cops showed up, they would have just a single shred of logic or sense or reason. They don't. And I'm not going to tell you anything else. You guys get to watch it yourself. You guys can watch it. Hopefully the volume works here. Let me check this. There's too many tabs open here. I'm going to close that one. I'm going to close that one. Close that one. Okay. So what you're going to see here is there's really nothing. It says warning graphic. There's really nothing graphic. You don't see anything at all graphic. So just for the YouTube censors, there's nothing graphic here. And my family's waiting on me to have dinner. And I'm going to sit here because this video has been stuck in my mind like a splinter in my head. And I can't get it out. And so I want to share it with you guys. And they're going to demonetize this video. And they're going to probably shadow ban my channel further. But I'm not shadow banned anymore. We've been growing really well. Thank you guys for subscribing and sharing the videos. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It means an absolute ton. So now, without further ado, let's get right into this. Now remember what I've told you so far. All that's happened. Thanks, Chevy. All that's happened so far is the guy went over and got into the wrong car. That's all that's happened. He went and got in the wrong car, jumped out, sorry, I'm in the wrong car, and went back to his mom's car. And now here's what you're going to see when the cops come up.
10-4, I'm in contact with it. Looks like it's going to be a Ford. I guess he's going to be in the backseat of the white Lexus. It's going to be called. What's going on?
Wow, calling pause for me, just looking for my little brother, huh?
Absolutely.
Cool.
So,
yeah,
so
just looking for my little brother.
Okay, who's the little brother?
Eddie's, no, Chase Ward.
Okay. Forgot who the little brother was?
No.
All right.
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you, man.
Okay.
Why are you touching my arm, bro? Let go.
He said that he had two little brothers, and he said both names, and the cop grabbed him. The guy looks like he's stoned a little bit, like he smoked some grass.
Why are you acting like this?
I'm a little nervous because I don't like cops.
Why?
I have anxiety. They've done things to me.
What have they done to you?
Stop resisting when you're not resisting.
Did you hear what he just said right there? Listen to that. It's a little foreshadowing for what you're about to see.
Because I don't like cops.
Why?
I have anxiety. They've done things to me.
What have they done to you?
Stop resisting when you're not resisting.
Well, is that PD or us?
Who knows?
Because we're different, right? We're the SO.
I don't know. You treat us all. I'm not just trying to distract you, nothing, but it's just like I'm just.
Yeah, they're different. They kill.
Just a normal guy just trying to get my brother, you know.
You said we treat you what? I don't know. I don't even know who you are.
I don't know who you are either. You're the guy who opened my door. There's no one's rights being violated. Leave me alone. There's nothing going on here. There's no one crying that their rights have been violated.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
I'm just here to pick up my little brother, man. I'd like to just.
So,
who did I do? I mean, who did I just disrupt by trying to get my brother?
Well, they said that you were going around trying to mess with doors and open up
Mess
cars.
with, no, dude, the fucking car looked. I thought.
So he can't articulate and he's nervous because there's a guy with a gun standing in front of him. He went and got in the wrong car. It looks like the car in front of him is a similar white car. And he opened the wrong door. And so that person called the police on him and said that he tried to get in their car. Yeah, it's the same car.
Oh my
So
God.
what'd you do? I just want to hear your side of the story, man.
Oh, you're talking, dude. I straight up thought that was my car. That's all it was.
You thought it was your car
Yeah.
over here, and you were looking for your brother, but not
Well, I
quite
mean,
sure.
I straight up thought that was my car.
Okay.
I seen the
And
people.
what
in it.
car was it?
I thought it was my mom. I was yelling at her. I thought because I knew she was in there. I don't even know that lady.
Yeah, I know. That's what she was freaking out about, right?
Hey, but she was like, oh, but when she started driving, I was like, oh man, and I was like, lady, I'm sorry. I was like, I did not,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what happened.
Okay, that's it right there. That should be the end. That should be the end of the story right there. The cop someone called and said the guy tried to get in my car. He went there. The guy's with his mother. It's a middle school. It's daytime. He explained clearly, hey, I made a mistake. He said, lady, I'm sorry. So he's looking, there's a woman sitting in the front seat. She's 50 years old. The guy sitting next to her is 40 or 50 years old as well. So they're not children. There's nobody impaired. They're in the line of middle school to pick up the man's little brother. When the cop opened the door, the guy's shocked. Obviously, he said he's already been beaten by police, so he's not articulating well. And so from here, any rational person, if there was someone in his ear, a third party that said, okay, good job, officer, no threat, leave, then this story would be over, but it's not over. And this is the reason my family's here and they're waiting for me to have dinner, but I have to show you this. You have to see the rest of this.
Okay. Are you under the influence?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. So.
Okay, if he is under the influence of anything, he's in the back seat of the car. He looks stoned and high to me. Who cares? He's with his mom picking up his brother. It doesn't matter if he's impaired. Leave him alone. But he doesn't.
Okay. Are you under the influence? Anything?
No.
Okay. You have an ID with you?
I'm
Do you have any weapons? Do you have any weapons?
I don't think so. I had a pocket.
Look how the cop is treating him. Look how the treatment is. This is not how we should be treated. Listen to how he's treating the man.
You don't think so? Don't pull now. Would you just stick in your mouth? Would you just stick in your mouth?
Get a fucking pill. There's a pill. Let me go. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, bro. Stop. 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 Stop resisting, bro. Stop. Stop firing. Stop firing. Stop resisting, bro. Stop.
Listen.
Stop.
shots.
Stop. Stop resisting, bro. Stop.
3 shots.
Stop firing. Stop firing. Stop firing.
It's all right. It's okay. Hey, stop. It's okay. Stop.
Stop moving.
Did you shoot him? Did you guys shoot him?
He's my sunshine.
Did you shoot him with rubber bullets?
He doesn't have a weapon.
Did you shoot him, dude? Did you shoot him? Did you shoot him?
No.
You shot him?
Stay in the car.
Stop, man. Hey, stop. Sir, hey, I want you to name the best ever, man, right now, dude. Hey, I'm not doing nothing. Sir,
Okay,
can I talk
okay.
to you, man?
Hold on real quick. Just let us figure out what's going on, okay?
Hey,
They're calling.
All right.
Are you?
Thank you.
No talking. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll give all my information. No. No. Oh, you do that. Babe,
Yours.
Stop. Stop. We have to call the cops. Call the cops. Call the cops and report that officer right now. Get a sergeant down here and report him. Get a sergeant down here. Call 911 right now and get a sergeant down here. Sir, can you call a sergeant down here?
They're coming.
Okay,
Trust
thank
me.
you.
Just hang tight, okay?
Yes, sir.
He's dead. He was dead immediately.
Yes. We called. There. We got more officers coming.
Did you guys call 911?
Yes, that was the first thing we did.
We haven't done nothing, sir. Hey, sir, we haven't done anything wrong.
All right, we're gonna shut the door.
Checking on him.
No. He's gone. I ran the tape back so you guys. It was 3 shots right to the head. They didn't run any CPR because the 3 shots were in the man's head or face. So he was dead immediately. The moment the first shot went off, they're just trained to unload the magazine into the human being. And so he shot him 3 times in the head at close range. The reason we've all seen how cops will handcuff a dead body. The reason why this cop didn't handcuff this guy is because he was dead immediately. So dead that the mother looked out the door, looked over the edge of the seat, and immediately began the horrific screams of a mother losing a child. And then that filthy, dirty murderer said, "Don't get out of the car." So she didn't get to say goodbye to her son, who's depends on how you. So I'm gonna run it back. I want you guys to see that I've already seen this 5 times more. I watched it back last night over and over and over. And I want you guys to see how they're in a wrestling match. He pulls his hand up to his head and boom, 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 shoots him 3 times in the head. 3 times in the head, right at close range. So check it out. The wrestling match begins over nothing, over him taking, so he takes a pill. Him taking a pill.
Any weapons?
I don't think so. I had a pocket.
You don't think so? Don't pull them out. What'd you just stick in your mouth? What'd you just stick in your mouth?
Need a fucking pill. There's a pill. Let me go.
Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, bro. Stop. 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 Stop resisting, bro. Stop. Stop fired. Stop fired. Stop fired. Stop resisting, bro.
Look, they're head to head. See that? One's on the body, one's on the top of the torso. See that? There's his torso, his hips rolled over right there. So he's looking at him face to face. When he draws his gun, he's looking at the man face to face. Right there. He shoots him in the head 3 times.
Hands behind your back, bro. Stop. 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 Stop resisting, bro. Stop.
He said, "I'm done." Did you hear him say, "I'm done"?
Stop. Stop. Stop resisting, bro. Stop.
You see that? You see how close he is? Look at the shot.
Stop resisting, bro. Stop.
Right there. There's his belly. You see his belly. The other cop's on his legs. The shots don't come from the body, from the lower. They go from the upper. The guy on the top shoots him. He's got his chest and his belly over the man's shoulders and head because the other copper is down on his legs. Now they're face to face. He has an underhook. You see the stripes right here? That's the kid's jacket. So he has an underhook, meaning if I have an underhook with my right arm, we're chest to chest and you're looking at me face to face. The copper's gun in the other hand is what he's going to shoot him in the head with. There it was.
Stop.
Wow. Wow.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Baby, stop. All right.
Now listen to the mother.
Hey, stop. It's okay.
Stop moving.
Did you shoot him?
He did the stepdad or the boyfriend didn't know that he had been shot. He didn't hear the gunshots somehow.
Did you guys shoot him?
Is my son shot?
You see that? She just looks over the shoulder. You see her little face right here? She just creeps her eyes over, looks down. They're not handcuffing the man because he's long dead.
Did you guys shoot him?
She peeps over.
Is my son shot?
Yes.
Did you shoot him with rubber
He
bullets?
doesn't have a weapon.
Did you shoot him, dude? Did you shoot him? Did you shoot him?
No!
She knows right there he's gone.
You shot him?
Stay in the car.
She goes to get out and listen to this.
Did you shoot him?
No!
You shot him?
Stay in the car.
Stop, man. Baby, stop.
He makes her stay in the car after he's murdered her son. He made her stay in the car. He knew she was gone. He knew she was that the boy was dead. I'm only 48 years old. I'm only halfway through my life, I hope. But in your 20s, you're too young to just have your life taken. At least get to your 40s and 50s and 60s, and he was murdered. And then that tyrant says to the mom, no, don't get out of the car. Don't get out of the car. I saw this last night. I sent it to Colin over at Delete Lawz Clips. And I'm trying. Yeah. So anyway, if you get into a wrong car and then you don't know how to properly, a lot of people will a lot of people, let me put it in another perspective. So I'm a constitutional law scholar. I'm about to teach an entire series called Constitutional Law Scholar. I've been setting it up for months, and I finally am at a place where we're about to begin. This is awesome, right? So for me, when I interact with a cop, I have a way to let him know in no uncertain terms, in your field, I know everything that is my right to do. So I tell the cop right off the bat, I'm a constitutional law scholar, and if you decide to violate my rights, I will sue you. And as you guys know, I will sue you. And so I have a way to stop this raging, charged up knuckle dragger of a human being, because only the worst of people, you see what's going on in that industry. I talked to a young man last night and I said to him, I really hope you retire from this, being this young. So you're the worst. It takes a person to do that. Only horrible people would sign up to be a cop. You guys saw last year, I was nice to cops. You guys saw last year, I was nice to coppers. I was polite to coppers last year. I informed them, do you know you scare people? Do you know those handcuffs are torture? And now the talks I have a video coming out called Slow Burn. And I have a very honest and deep conversation with the cop about who he is and what he's doing. And that video is coming out in the next couple of days. But we're looking at, I think we're on the cusp of a powder keg going off. Because if these coppers, let me tell you something, if these coppers kill me, or if they kill someone else who's an activist, how long before they light the fuse to the powder keg where people say, we're done with you guys. Not only we defund you, we're going to get rid of the entire thing. It's coming. It's coming. Look at what you just saw. So it made me sick. It made me so sick that I'm willing to, my family's going to be so mad at me. I've got to go and have dinner with my family. So I'm so far behind. Constitutional law scholar is coming. I'm going to teach you guys how to be a constitutional law scholar. I'm going to teach everybody how to know your rights, what the basis of your rights are, where your rights came from, who are the people that thought up this idea of rights? When did that idea come? Whose idea was that? Why was that even a thing? Who said that I have a right to speech? Your first liberty is when you're born and you come out the baby, you come out of the mother's womb or the C-section, and that doctor smacks you on the butt and you say, "Wah!" Your very first liberty is speech. Now, nobody in that room, the doctor, the nurse, your mom, the dad, nobody can tell you, shut that baby up. Can they? You're born with that gift of speech. You're just born with it. And some people are not. I'm sorry to hear that. But you were born with it. So I'm going to teach you where the idea and the essence comes for you to be able to say, I have speech and you can't tell me to shut up. It's not how it works. So I'm going to teach you the basis of where your rights come from. The very base of where your rights come from, so that when you stand on the street corner and you're shouting down these tyrants in the street, you know the foundation of the law. Like, for example, I have right now people who are saying, oh, Pennsylvania versus Mims, you're reading the minority opinion. No, I'm reading the spirit of the law of Pennsylvania versus Mims. The stare decisis, the jurisprudence of Pennsylvania versus Mims, is based 100% on Terry versus Ohio. And in Terry versus Ohio, the law is, the major decision in Terry versus Ohio is, if a prudent man believes that that person is armed and presently dangerous, they can pat them down for weapons. That is the same verbiage used in Pennsylvania versus Mims. And the dissenting opinion says here, the spirit of the law is that Pennsylvania versus Mims is to order you out of the car based on officer safety. I'm to the point where if they pull me over and tell me to get out of the car, if I'm running camera and I'm not wearing 4 layers of clothing, and I can prove without a shadow of a doubt that I do not have a weapon, that there's not a weapon on me, and I can prove it with my camera, I would be willing to challenge that, go to jail, because they call it interruptus de minimis, meaning it's a small intrusion into your rights for you to get out of the car. But what do we know to be factual? If you get out of the car when that copper is there, you could be hurt, you could be killed. Look what happened when he got out of the car. He wanted to pop his last oxy, is what it looks like to me. His eyes looked like he was high as a kite, like he'd been popping pain pills. We need to challenge these well, they're going to demonetize this anyway. We need to challenge these bullshit laws of Pennsylvania versus Mims that I have to get out of the car for officer safety. It's an intrusion de minimis. No, it's not. It's a gigantic intrusion. It could cost me the rest of my life by getting out of this car. So I won't be getting out of the car for you filthy pigs. I'm not getting out. I'm willing to challenge that law because I'm not armed and dangerous against you. I just want to drive down the road without you telling me to get out of my car. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? I just want to drive down the road without you having the right to tell me to get out of my car. Who the hell do you think you are? You're not solving any drug problem. You're not solving the DUI problem. You're not solving any problem. You're pushing your authoritarian way onto me to try to be the boss of me. That's a fact. That's when you see these cases blow up and people die. When the cop is pushing his authoritarian, I have the right to do this to you, that's changing. And I'm willing to challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. You don't just get to order me out of the car for officer safety when I'm no danger. And that's what I'm talking about. But it'll take a freedom fighter to challenge that. And you're going to have to make sure that you're on camera and you can prove that you don't have a weapon. I'm 48 years old with no battery charge, no assault charge, no weapons charge, no violence charge on my record of any kind throughout the history of my life. So that means that when I gave the copper my ID and he says, "Can you step out of the car?" I now have grounds to say, wait a minute, I'm filming this. I'm a journalist and I have no violence on my record. You've ran my identification. I'm not getting out of the car because you're telling me to get out of the car to order me around. And that's an unlawful order, because the spirit of the law of Pennsylvania versus Mims is that you must believe I'm armed and presently dangerous. It doesn't matter. The stare decisis, the jurisprudence of Pennsylvania versus Mims, is that you have to believe I'm armed and presently dangerous. And if I can prove that with my camera and my credentials and the history of my ID saying that he's not a felon, he's not on probation, he has no legitimate criminal record, then I could tell that cop to go pound sand. And if he wants to arrest me, then they're going to bash my windows and arrest me. Then I get my day in court. And then we turn it around, because it's the dog shit system of the courts. These judges. Okay. You want to see? You want to see? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me just show you. There's something you got to see. There's something you got to see. There's so many things that now, and just so you guys know, now that I've set up, there's so many things I'm going to teach you and show you that I research and I read that you guys. Let me show you. Let me show you. So I want to show you how bad it is with the judges and the courts in our country, that at the very highest levels, there's no accountability. There's absolutely no accountability. And so I've watched this gentleman, Sheldon Whitehouse, from the beginning of dark money all the way to where he's now at scheme number 20. And he's going to explain in no short detail that how the Supreme Court is completely corrupt. The same Supreme Court that said it's intrusio de minimis for you to get out of the car in the name of officer safety. Listen to how the Supreme Court actually is and what their actual ethics are.
Back today now for the 20th time to shed a little light on the dark money scheme to capture and control our Supreme Court. Part of what allows that scheme to flourish is the ethics-free zone around the Supreme Court. It's quite unique, so let's look at it. The last time I gave this speech, number 19, I walked through the various problems with how the Supreme Court handles allegations of misconduct by the justices. The short answer is that it doesn't. The United States Supreme Court is the only court in the country not covered by an ethics code, and worse than that, it's the only part of the federal government that has no process for ethics, investigation, and enforcement.
There are 3 parts to how an investigation works, and he's going to lay them out.
None. Now, any meaningful ethics regime contains 3 things. First, a process for receiving complaints. Second, a process for investigating those complaints once they're received. And third, a process for reporting the result and holding powerful people accountable should those complaints turn out to be merited. The House and the Senate, for instance, we have our ethics committees. The executive branch has inspectors general and the attorney general. The federal courts, except the Supreme Court, have their own investigative procedures. It's just the Supreme Court that has none.
Okay, now wait a minute. Why does this matter at all? How come this matters at all whatsoever? What if you can't file a complaint against the Supreme Court? What do they do exactly? The Supreme Court are the appointed arbitrators of our civil rights. So that means if a corporation wants to get something passed that would diminish or go against our rights, and John Roberts is on the same board as the owner's brother of that company, and they go to board meetings together all the time, there's no way to say, why are you presiding over this case that has to do with this corporate law that could affect workers' rights? And there's no, the Supreme Court are the arbitrators. They're the deciders of if legislation or law violates your civil liberties. That's the sole function of what the Supreme Court is supposed to do, to make sure that the rule of law is concurrent with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That's what the Supreme Court's entire job is. So if Supreme Court justices who are appointed by men who have business interests and personal interests, then they don't have any way to complain that the person who's the justice over your case is also the lawyer who goes to the same guy's country club. Well, then your civil rights case that you get certiorari for, that only 2% of all cases get to the Supreme Court. And then the lawyer working against you goes to the same country club as Clarence Thomas. You don't understand. It's the worst system ever, ever.
You get is probably a motion to recuse. Let's start with the difficulty of raising ethics complaints with the Supreme Court.
There's no way to.
People who are concerned about ethics violations over at the court have to get pretty creative, because the court has no place to submit an ethics complaint. If you like, there's no inbox. We saw this play out when Judge Kavanaugh became Justice Kavanaugh.
Listen to this.
Multiple ethics complaints were pending against Judge Kavanaugh. The lower courts, like the DC Circuit that he was sitting on, do have a process for receiving complaints and for investigating them. And pursuant to that process, a special panel was appointed to review the complaints against Judge Kavanaugh. But as soon as Judge Kavanaugh squeaked onto the Supreme Court as Justice Kavanaugh, poof.
The complaints were gone.
The lower courts lost jurisdiction over him, and the complaints had to be dismissed mid-investigation. Now, the complaints could have been refiled up at the Supreme Court, but there was no place to file them. We saw the problem again when a man named Robert Schenck sent Chief Justice Roberts a letter explaining how he learned after a donor's private dinner with Justice Alito and his wife how the Supreme Court was going to rule in the Hobby Lobby decision. Apparently, a letter directly to the Chief Justice isn't a proper way to lodge a complaint, because Schenck never heard back from the court. Months later, Schenck then went to the New York Times, which was following up on an earlier Politico story about Schenck's covert lobbying campaign to have wealthy right-wing donors invite some of the justices to meals, to their vacation homes, or to private clubs. It took the press, the Fourth Estate, to fill in the investigatory gap about that $30 million whining and dining campaign.
30 million.
More recently, a former co-worker of the Chief Justice's spouse alleged ethics problems with the chief's failure to disclose financial connections between his spouse and parties and law firms appearing before the court. With no mechanism to ask the Supreme Court to review whether this arrangement presented a conflict, the former co-worker sent his complaint around to congressional offices in hopes that someone might take it seriously somewhere. Again, the complaint made it to the Fourth Estate, and again, without an inbox at the court or a process. It took journalists to give the inquiries an airing. Set aside the merits of these complaints. The point is, they never got in the door for the court's consideration. The court's refusal to receive ethics complaints is unique to the Supreme Court, and I submit it is not serving the institution well.
So you can't file an ethics complaint and they're not elected. So they're appointed by the oligarchs who control Congress. And then when they're appointed there, they have relationships with Congress members, senators, and presidents and world leaders. And there's no way to file an ethics complaint against these people who are appointed for life. And their sole obligation is to oversee that our civil liberties are protected. So this is called Sheldon Whitehouse's dark money scheme. And this is scheme number 20. If you guys want to find the video, I'll see if DLZ Clips will throw this in the description of this video and you guys can watch it. I was supposed to be out of here 1 hour ago. And so I've had a great time with you guys talking, and thanks for letting me share. If you guys want to, you guys should really watch every one of the schemes. He starts with dark money scheme number 1 3 years ago. I've seen every one of them. Some of them are 3 hours long. So you have to watch this man speak. Listen, if you guys have not gone by Delete Lawz and got your indestructible trifold or your $5 trifold, t-shirts and hats are finally here this next week. I'm so excited about that. I have 4 people. 4 people have t-shirts coming. 3 people have t-shirts coming. 3 or 4 people. I can't remember. But make sure you contact me if you're one of those 3 or 4 people. I'm going to get a big batch of t-shirts in. I'm going to sell them, and then I'm done. Done. That's it. I won't do them again for a long time. I hate selling t-shirts, but I do appreciate you guys buying them. So I'm going to do one more batch, and then that's it for me for the house cleaning. Constitutional Law Scholar starts this next week. Really excited about teaching this, and I really look forward to you guys coming. Do me a favor. Make sure you comment, like, and share the videos. It matters so much. Take some of those audits and the shorts that I've done, and please share them. Get ready for next weekend, DLZ Clips Palooza. We're going to be running premiere after premiere after premiere all next weekend. Of all the best clips that I've done over the past year and a half that I've been on YouTube. So I'm looking forward to that. And thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I really appreciate you guys coming. And for the people who are so intricately involved with my life, there's a few of you. There's a few people. We're doing big things. You have no idea. If you want to be involved, contact me. But there are some people who are so intricately and deeply involved in my life and help me and have been along this process with me. And I just want to say thank you to those people. Obviously, I'm not going to say anybody's names because I have to keep the team super tight. But there's people coming in every day who want to be a part of the team. So reach out to me, reach out to DLZ Clips if you guys want to join the team. And I connect people all across this country, and the people in the chat, they know what I do. I connect people. It's my job to do this, and I get no greater pleasure than being a freedom fighter. I get no greater pleasure than being a freedom fighter. And I'll never stop, because we don't stop. 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 I got to go. I'm going to go out to dinner with my family. So good to see you guys. Pray for that man's soul who got murdered. So sad. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Later, Gators.